Hey guys, it's Tara here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Um, I'm pretty sure most of you are new to this channel since this is a new channel, but welcome to 1540 Design. So just to give you a little background about this channel itself, this is a lifestyle channel featuring myself and my husband. He hasn't been on here yet, but he will be on here soon. And this video is a special one to me because I'm making a special announcement. We are expecting our first child. So I am pregnant and it has been interesting so far. So stay tuned if you want to know about my first trimester experience as a first time mom. And this is my first successful pregnancy. My husband and I got married back in October, and so this is actually a honeymoon baby for us. We ended up having our we ended up conceiving on our honeymoon. So a surprise baby, but we're very blessed and very happy to be welcoming this baby into the world. So a little bit about how I found out I was pregnant. So I found out I was pregnant a week after Halloween. I was actually doing hair and getting ready for a Halloween party, and I was just having some crazy stomach pains, and I was already late for my cycle, and so something told me to just take a test. I didn't think that we were pregnant really, but I just wanted to make sure. So I took a test and it came out positive, and it was a clear positive. It wasn't even like a faint line. It was like, yeah, this is, you are pregnant, girl. And so I'm like, no, could be wrong, or I mean, it could be several different things. And so I was like, you know what, tomorrow morning I'm gonna go to the party tonight, I'm gonna have me some drinks, I'm not gonna think about it, and tomorrow morning I'll take another test. I took another test the next day, and again it said pregnant. And so I sent a picture of the test to my best friend and my sister, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, what? And honestly, I was in denial for a while. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna let some time pass because just a disclaimer, I've dealt with loss in the past. I've had 2 miscarriages previously, so just gonna say, I was just thinking, let me take some time and see what happens within the next 2 weeks, and then I'll make a doctor's appointment, because I'm pretty sure I was really early at that time based on, you know, last menstrual dates and um, when we had relations and all of that. So I gave myself about a week and a half for maybe my cycle will come. Maybe it'll come. I gave myself a week and a half and no cycle. So I finally set up an appointment with my doctor, and we found out at 9 weeks and 3 days that we were indeed pregnant, and the baby was in there, healthy, heart beating, everything functioning as far as they can see, and we were just shocked. So proof that I took more than one test. I have a Dollar Tree test in here that I took on November 9th. I have a clear blue test in here that doesn't show the results anymore, and then I have like a Walgreens brand test, and these are only the ones that I kept. Some of them I threw away. So yes, the day that we went to the doctor, we kind of told our parents and revealed it to them, and I will have a video on that coming up soon of how we told some of the special people in our family. But so my first trimester, the week that I took my first test, there wasn't anything different. I had some stomach cramping that was unusual. It didn't feel like menstrual cramps, and I was just very hungry. Like, I wanted to eat everything. That lasted for about a week. I downloaded the pregnancy app after that week, and that was week 5 of my pregnancy, and that's when I started feeling like symptoms. In week 5, that's when the nausea and the gas got worse. I mean, I would wake up in the morning nauseous. I would not be able to really eat. I started drinking ginger tea to kind of help with my nausea, and then I would go throughout the day nauseous throughout the day. And that started in week 5, and I was able to eat some things, but I just didn't have much of an appetite because of the nausea. If we move into week 6 of the pregnancy, that's when food aversions happen. So anything with flavor, I didn't want it. Anything with seasoning, I didn't want it. I didn't want meat. I didn't want fruit. I didn't want vegetables. All I wanted was carbs, and anything that was bland. So I was eating a lot of bread, ramen noodles, French fries, potatoes, and like brothy soups. And that's what I was eating when I did want to eat. Like I said, my nausea would come in the morning. I would take my prenatal and it would kind of go away, and then it would come back around like maybe 10 a.m. I would eat some saltines or something. It would go away for a little while and come back. So my nausea was not, my morning sickness was not just in the morning. It was all day, which is the case for most pregnant women. I don't know why they call it morning sickness, because you sick all day, sis. Okay? You sick all day. So that went on really through week 6 and week 7. Week 8 is when I started having a lot of indigestion. So I started to burp a lot. I started to have a lot of acid reflux. I couldn't really keep food down, and I started to vomit a lot. And that was frustrating for me because, first of all, vomiting is not fun, but it's also very harsh on your body. And I wasn't doing like little, like soft vomiting. I was having very dramatic and intense vomit sessions. And I would probably, I'm not going to say it was that bad, because some women vomit every day, multiple times a day. I would say I was vomiting about 2 times a week. And it just depends on what I ate, if I did eat, you know, all those things. And I will say that it was definitely a cycle. When I did eat, I felt okay, but then I would start to feel bad, and then I didn't want to eat, but I felt worse because I wasn't eating. So, you know, it was a full cycle of you're not eating, but you're not feeling better because you're not eating, and you're not eating because you don't want to eat because you feel bad. Full cycle. So that was week 8. Week 9, the nausea started to calm down a little bit, but I was still vomiting twice a week, like clockwork. And I was taking a lot of Tums for heartburn. I would say week 9 is when heartburn really kicked up. And I mean, my husband would have to sit and like pat my back because I was trying to get a burp out just to give myself some relief from heartburn. And before this, I had only experienced heartburn once in my life. I'm not a person that has heartburn all the time, so it was very, very difficult for me to be having heartburn on top of nausea. And sometimes the indigestion and the heartburn was what was making me vomit. Just all the acid. A lot of times I was throwing up acid, honestly. So that was week 9. Week 10 through 12 were like the weeks that I started seeing the light. Like, all right, we are getting to the blue. I mean, we are getting to the finish line, and this sickness stuff is almost over. I was able to eat a little bit more. I was still having food aversion, so I couldn't eat that much, but I was able to eat a little bit more. I figured, you know, I needed to take Tums after each of my meals just to help with preventing the heartburn. I had to change my prenatal because my prenatal was also something that was making me sick. So I went from taking a gummy that I can't remember the name of the gummy, but I'll put the name on the screen, like a picture of it here. And then I moved to the Rainbow Light vitamins. Y'all, those things made me so sick, but I tried to keep taking them because they were plant-based, but they did not agree with me. So then I switched over to Alley prenatal gummies, and that's what I've been taking ever since. And they don't bother my stomach. I don't have to take them like with food. I can take them on an empty stomach if I want to. They're tasty, and so that's what I've been taking since about week 10, I think, is when I started taking those. Now, my bump throughout the first trimester. So I started to get bloated early on because I was only eating carbs. And so, of course, carbs is going to bloat your stomach up. So I was looking a little bit bigger early on, and then around week 12 is when things just took a shift. Like my symptoms, my nausea went away, my heartburn went away, my bloat went down a lot. I regained all of my energy. I was not coming home and going to sleep. Week 12, I just felt like myself. And then week 13, the heartburn returned. So heartburn went away for a week and then it came back. So yeah, from week 12 to week 14, I felt like my normal self and I was able to get back into a routine. I started eating vegetables again. I was eating salads. I was getting it together. And so my bloat went down a lot. And then it was like, oh, you don't look so pregnant after all. So that was my first trimester in a nutshell. I'm in my second trimester now, and I actually find out what I'm having. We find out what we're having on Tuesday. Today is Saturday. We find out on Tuesday. So I'll make sure I vlog all of that. But I do want to give you kind of a bump shot of today, even though it's not really, I guess it's not really fair considering I'm out of my first trimester, but just to give you an idea of where I am. So here's my bump. And I had somewhere to go today, so I'm kind of dressed up. Move this. Here's my bump. I turn to the side, and the stripes aren't making it easy to see, but there it is. It's there. Baby D is in there, and from the front, this is what it looks like. That is my 17-week bump, so about 3 weeks out of my first trimester. But just to give you an update, and if you're interested in following our journey and like seeing how we are adjusting to being a new married couple and new homeowners and becoming new parents and just about love in general and marriage, subscribe to this channel, hit that subscribe button. I promise we're gonna have a lot of really cool videos coming out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.